Hi everybody, Lone Woodsman here with you again. Today I got a really cool video I'm going to be shooting. I'm really excited to do it. It's called the 4-item challenge. You get 4 items, and with those 4 items you have to make a shelter, get a fire, and make water potable to drink. I got this idea from 3 fellow YouTubers, Lee Ralph, Survive Without, and Outdoorsman's Paradise. So I want to thank you guys for giving me the idea to do this. I really appreciate it. And guys, if you wouldn't mind, I'll leave links to their channels below in the description. Go check theirs out as well. And also a big thank you to Bushcrafter Channel, who I challenged to do this with me. So with all that being said, let's get down and, well, oh, hold on. My 4 items were sent to me by Tony. Tony Robinson is his name with Bushcrafter Channel. I sent him his 4 items, so I have no idea what I got. I'm in the middle of the woods right now, in a place I've never been before. I wanted to make this challenge as hard on myself as I possibly could so that I could actually be testing myself. Success, failure, doesn't matter to me. It's a challenge. I want to see what I can do personally. So I'm in an area I've never been. I know I have water here. I found water, so I'm good with that. I see a few other resources around me, but I don't know what my 4 items are yet. So let's take the camera over. Get on the package, open it up, because I'm excited to see what he sent me, see what we got, and then we'll get started. Stay tuned, guys, and thanks for being here. Okay guys, so here's the package. I'm not going to show Tony's address on it, Tony from Bushcrafter Channel, but he did tell me that there's 2 items in here. 1 item is for me to keep as a gift, which I really appreciate. Thank you very much. It's very kind of you. You didn't have to do that, but I definitely appreciate it. The other item in here is the 4 items that I have to use for the challenge. The gift is not to be used in the challenge. I want to be clear on that, so I will not be using it. So let's try and get this thing opened up. It's taped pretty good, so I'll try and come in through the side. Okay, this is the gift, which I will show. But here are my 4 items. So let's see what we got, eh? Item challenge. Right on, man. I'm really excited to do this one. Now I don't know if I'll be able to shoot every part of it right here or not. I may move to different locations for resources and things of that nature, because like I said, I'm brand new to this area. I wanted to make things difficult. So if I don't have a resource in that area, that means I have to scout around to find that resource, because you're not always going to have everything you need right at your fingertips. That's why I came to a place that I've never been. That way it's all brand new. I don't know what is around me. Like I said, I wanted to make it tougher. So in here we have some bank line. It looks like there's something else in here. Can't open it. Okay. Never throw your garbage on the ground, guys. That kind of stuff will really irk a body like me. Okay, it's in a USB charging cord bag, but I don't think that's what he sent me. Tony, you made this stuff hard to get into, brother. Okay, we're in it. What we got in here is char cloth, guys. If y'all can see that, so char cloth in there. Char cloth, the bank line. Here we have a knife. I hope it's high carbon steel. Really cool knife, man. Thanks, Tony. That's awesome, brother. That is a good looking woodsman's knife right there. Really cool. And I may be wrong, and I very well could be. Correct me if I am in the comments, Tony, but it looks like Tony made this. Really, really super freaking cool. Okay, so we got the char cloth and the knife. I'm already thinking I need to find a rock that is going to be harder than the spine of this knife so I can get some sparks to ignite the char cloth. Here we got some tin foil. This will be used as my water container, my water collection. I've never tried to boil water in tin foil. That is going to be a first for me. And here we have what looks to be a 50-gallon drum liner, garbage bag for the shelter. So, I'm just looking around here. I got good trees for shelter. I got water. I need to go on a hunt. I need to find a good rock. That may be the tricky part. Stay tuned, guys. I'll get the camera set up, and I think we will start with the shelter first. And then, like I said, probably may have to move to a different area for the fire, because I don't think in this area I'm going to find the rocks I need. But I got this stream down here, so I mean there's a possibility. But I do know of an area, it's quite far from here though, that has quartz. Oh man, this is gonna be tricky. Maybe I should have went to an area that I was familiar with. Well, what fun would that be? All right, guys. So I'm gonna move the camera around. Let's get this shelter set up. One more quick thing, guys. While I was getting ready to get the shelter put up, I just wanted to tell you that there are some rules to this. I should have mentioned that in the beginning, but I forgot. So here they are. One, you had to open your package on camera, on location, so that it was more of a challenge that way, so you couldn't, you know, mentally prepare for what you were about to do. It was all a surprise sprung on you all at once. Two, you can use anything that you find in the woods for a resource, such as I need to look for a rock to try and start flint and steel fire. Three, I made these rules and I can't remember them. Three, I think was just, I told them just to have fun with it. You know, no pressure. It's not a bravado thing, like, oh, hey, look what I can do. It's for fun. It's a challenge. That's all it's meant to be. And another thing, when I was opening my stuff, the bag that says 4-item challenge on it, it just clicked on me. This will be my water transportation, my water carrying, because I know I'm not boiling in this, which I think some guys have done. I'm not sure. I know they've done it in plastic water bottles, but I don't know about this. This might be a little thin. I'll have to look into it. But this will be my water carrier. This will be my boiling vessel once I make it. So, yeah, that being said, unless I forget something else, which is a distinct possibility, let's move the camera around and get that shelter set up. Okay guys, so I'm walking around looking for a suitable shelter location, and look what we found. Y'all know what that is, right? That is birch, and I will be collecting that loose bark there for tinder material and putting it in the bag, that ditty bag that Tony had sent with my 4 items. That'll be my tinder bag as I walk to carry resources. So there we are. We got us some birch bark. Put it into our newfound tinder bag. Thank you, Tony. I'm gonna quit calling you Tony. I'm gonna call you Bushcrafter Channel, because that's your, sorry about the pipe guys, that's the YouTube channel. That's what I want you guys to remember. So I got about that much birch bark in there. I'm going to save a little bit of room. I'm going to look for some dried flower tops and things like that to add for my tinder bundle. These will be my, you know, flame extenders. I may shred some up real fine, put that in the tinder bundle too. But we'll find some dried flower tops or dried grasses, hopefully, and put them in here. But we're still looking for that perfect shelter location, because you don't want to be right down on the bottom next to the creek. That's what you call a cold sink. It's low lying, so that's where all the cold is going to collect in the night, and you're going to freeze your hiney off. So you want to get up higher, but you don't want to be clear on top either. You want to try and find that middle ground. Let's see if we can find that. Okay, so I found this, wrong one. There we go. I found this rock on the trail that I'm walking. And you guys can't tell, but I can. It's got little sparkles in it, and that tells me that there's a high chance that it will help me get a spark off of that knife. So let's break it up, try and get a sharp edge, and we'll see. It's looking pretty sedimentary. Not sure if this will work or not. Let me dig the knife out. I don't know if you guys saw it, but I saw a little spark. It's definitely not the greatest, but I did get a couple sparks off of it. So I'm going to keep it while still keeping my eye out for something else. And you can see it's got a pretty decent sharp edge on it from the break. So we're going to keep a hold of this, but we'll keep looking. Okay, so we found a suitable area for the shelter. I don't know if you guys can still hear the stream down there, but we're up higher, and then there's a higher level up above us. So we found some middle ground. I got a lot of, what do we got here? Eastern hemlock. Yeah, it looks like all hemlock, but they give me good cover from up above. And the ground everywhere else around me is pretty wet. Under here, it's pretty dry. So this is going to be a good spot to set up our shelter. So let's get to it. Oh, there's two of them. Okay, so what I'm going to do is cut along the side and the bottom of this to open it up and make it bigger, like a tarp. Okay, so we're going to do that to both of them and try and set up a lean-to style shelter with the two halves overlapping a little bit to give me enough coverage to lay underneath. If that makes sense. If not, you'll see it here in a minute. So I'm going to get to cutting this other bag up, and then we'll run the ridge line. Okay, so we're going to run our ridge line between this tree here and this tree here. Here's the bank line Tony sent me. Bank line Bushcrafter Channel sent me. And there's a lot of it. I can do a lot with this. If the flint and steel fire is a bust, we could try bow drill. Oh man, there we go. I thought it was tangled up on me, but it is not. Okay, so the knot I'm going to use on this one is called Siberian hitch. And if you don't know what that is, search around. There's a lot of guys that have videos up on explaining what it is. And on this one, I'm going to use the trucker's hitch. Okay, so our ridge line's all set. Let's get the shelter on. Now, I got a few ideas for how to attach this. I could use some of that extra bank line, but see these here? My thought is to attach it on the corners, pull it out, pull that stuff out, pull this out of down here, and then attach that to my ridge line on each corner, and then take a button and connect the two in the middle. Let's get to that. Okay, to show you what I was talking about, here's the corner. We just got to be careful. Make a little cut in it like that. If we can get a hold of this. Start pulling that out of there. And it will bunch up like this because it's connected on the other side. But once you get it pulled out, let's give it a cut. Now you're left with this to tie on your corner. Okay, so I'm going to do that to the other side, and I'll bring you back when we join them in the middle with a button to connect it to, so you understand what I was talking about there. Okay, so I cut off a piece of the excess bank line from the ridge line. Let me find my ends here. Okay, so now what we're going to do is join these two bags right here in the middle with a button. What I'm going to use for a button is just a handful of leaves that are laying around here on the ground. Get that stick out of there. We're just going to ball those up. Stick them in the tarp like this. And just secure that with a couple quick half hitches. Like that. So now we have a much larger area to lay under. So let's finish setting it up. Okay guys, so here's our tarp shelter, or not tarp, garbage bag shelter. It's not the prettiest thing in the world, but it will get you through a night. Now it's not long enough for my body to lay down in, so this kind of shelter is going to be a shelter. Obviously it's an emergency if you're using garbage bags. But you're going to tuck up underneath this thing, have your fire out in front of you, and you're going to sit here through the night. That's all this is for. I'll take you around, I'll show you the back of it, how I secured it out back. Okay, so you can see down there at the bottom, I have a log laying over the ends of the tarp. Right, let me see if I can get my finger in there. Right there in the corner, I put a little stick through the garbage bag to pin it out. I did that on the other side as well, but you can't see it. There in the middle, I could pull that out some more and also put a stick through that. And if I were to have to be spending the night in here, I would for sure do that. Alright guys, so that is my challenge completed for the shelter. Next is fire and water purification. I think we're going to move to a different area, walk around, hike around. I'm going to take this down. I'm in a public use area right now, and there's for sure no way I'm going to leave this up. So I'm going to hike around, look for a better spot for fire making, try and find some more tender resources, and then we'll jump on that. See you soon guys. Okay, since I'm moving away from the stream, I'm going to go ahead and collect my water now and just carry it with me. So we got our water. Now let's hope the seal on this bag will be good. Okay guys, you remember how we said we can use anything we find in the woods? Well, anywhere there's people, you're always going to have trash. So I would be picking that up anyway to take it out and throw it away when I get home. But now we're going to use it for the challenge. Maybe. Okay guys, so now we're going to do the fire. As you can tell, the scenery is a little different. I tried the char cloth that Bushcrafter Channel had sent me, but when I opened the package it was all nothing but dust and all crumbled up. I tried it anyway, all in vain. I even tried it with a ferro rod and I could not get it to light. So I asked Tony at Bushcrafter Channel if it would be alright if I reshot the fire sequence using my own char cloth. I have the same stone. I re-napped it to get a better edge. It's soaking wet, so it might not work. It might just soak up my char cloth. I'm going to try it anyway. If not, I will use one of my stones. But yeah, I'll show you guys some clips of me trying it. That way you can see what I was going through. Alright, so I'm going to collect up a bunch more of these dried leaves for use in my tinder bundle. I'm going to cut this bag open because I think through transport my char cloth got turned into char dust. Yeah, I don't know if you guys can see these sparks or not. I'm getting great sparks and it's landing on the cloth. It just will not take hold. Okay guys, so I've been trying and trying and trying. I can't get it. Now, in the interest of full disclosure, I carry a ferro rod with me everywhere I go. I'm going to try it with a ferro rod and see if I can even get it to light with the ferro rod. No. But I'm in a pine forest, so I'm not going to build my fire right on the ground due to duff and surface roots. I found a rock here I'm going to clear the snow and the moss off of, build my fire on this rock, and then when I'm done just cover the moss, cover it back up with the moss again. So let me get this all cleared off and we'll get to it. I also collected some grasses and dried flower tops on my way in this morning to help out our tinder bundle. I'll still use the stuff that I gathered from before, but that'll just help us out a little. What a difference with some good char cloth. Put that over into our tinder bundle. Get the rest of our tinder ready here. I'm sorry about the wind, guys, but you know, there ain't nothing I can do about that. Alright, there we have it. Now, from trying it before with Tony's cloth, I put holes in this, so this is not going to be my boiling container. But you guys remember the can we'd found. I'm going to go ahead and get this can ready. We're going to use that. The water. Now let's carefully put this in so we don't put out our fire. Alright guys, now we just wait for the water to boil. I'll bring you on over and I'll show you the progress. Okay, so there's our can, water's in it, fire's going. Now all we got to do is tend the fire and get that to boil. Alright guys, as you can see, that is a rolling boil. Alright guys, I'm going to leave it up to you. I'm going to put a poll up here. I want you guys to vote. Do I pass or do I fail? I had to come back a second time with different char cloth. The first char cloth I just couldn't get to go no matter what I did. So I'm going to consider it a success on my part. But I want to see what you guys think. Vote now on the poll. I thank y'all for watching. Take care, and I'll see you guys around the fire. Later, everybody.